What's up, Wrestle Scope Nation? Before we dive into today's absolute chaos, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen Triple H completely lose control? And I'm not talking about his in-ring days. I'm talking about the game, the COO, the man who's supposed to be above the violence, crossing a line so brutal that it's got the entire WWE Universe in an uproar. But here's the thing that nobody is talking about. Paul Heyman might have just orchestrated the greatest manipulation in WWE history, and Triple H walked right into his trap. That's right, I said it. While everyone's losing their minds over Triple H putting his hands on the wise man, asking whether he went too far, whether he should be suspended, whether this was unprofessional, they're all missing the real story. Because what happened on Monday Night Raw wasn't just an attack. It was a calculated sacrifice that Paul Heyman wanted to happen. And if you think I'm crazy, if you think there's no way Heyman would willingly take a beating from the cerebral assassin, then you better stick around, because I'm about to blow your mind with evidence that changes everything about this storyline. Drop a comment right now, Team Triple H or Team Heyman, because after what I'm about to reveal, you might just change your answer. And smash that like button if you're ready for the truth that WWE doesn't want you to see. Let's set the scene, Wrestle Scope fam. Monday Night Raw, sold-out arena, electric atmosphere. Triple H starts the show like he normally does, suit and tie, all business, talking about the upcoming premium live event. Everything seems normal, right? Wrong, because out comes Paul Heyman, the wise man himself, with that signature smirk plastered across his face. And immediately you could feel the tension. The crowd knew something was about to go down. Triple H's jaw clenched, his eyes narrowed. And Heyman, he just kept talking. Now here's where it gets interesting. Heyman starts running down Triple H's entire legacy. He's talking about how the game was always second to The Rock, how he was always in somebody's shadow. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, John Cena. He brings up evolution and how Triple H needed to surround himself with future stars to stay relevant. And this is where Heyman crossed the line, he brings up Stephanie McMahon. The crowd gasped. You could see Triple H's hands balling into fists, his face turning red. And Heyman, cool as ice, just keeps poking the bear. He says, "Hunter, you've spent your entire life trying to prove you're the guy. But the reality is, you married into greatness. You didn't earn it. My tribal chief, Roman Reigns, he is the embodiment of what you could never be, a true, undisputed champion who doesn't need anyone's last name to validate his legacy." And that was it. Triple H snapped. He ripped off his jacket, loosened his tie, and before security could even react, the game was on Paul Heyman like a man possessed. We're talking about punches, knees, throwing Heyman into the barricade. The crowd was going insane. Officials flooded the ring trying to pull Triple H off, but he fought through them like they were nothing. He grabbed Heyman by the collar, lifted him up, and you could see in his eyes, this wasn't a work, this was personal. Triple H finally gets pulled away, breathing heavy, suit torn, and Heyman is laid out on the floor, lip busted, looking like he just went through a car crash. EMTs rush to check on him. The arena is in absolute chaos. And as Raw goes to commercial, all we see is Triple H being escorted to the back, still trying to break free and get at Heyman again. Now the internet exploded. Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, everyone's talking about it. Triple H crossed the line. Heyman deserved it. This is the most intense thing we've seen from Triple H in years. But here's what I noticed that nobody else is talking about. Did you see Paul Heyman's face right before Triple H attacked him? Go back and watch it frame by frame. There's a split second where Heyman's smirk turns into something else. Not fear, not surprise. It was satisfaction, like he just accomplished exactly what he set out to do. Think about it. Paul Heyman is the master of manipulation. This is the man who's been orchestrating storylines and playing mind games for decades. You think he didn't know what would happen when he brought up Stephanie? You think he accidentally pushed those exact buttons? No! Heyman wanted Triple H to attack him, and here's why this is genius. Number one, Triple H, as COO and head of creative, has to maintain a certain level of professionalism. By goading him into a physical assault, Heyman has now created a PR nightmare for WWE. The board, the shareholders, the sponsors, they're all going to be asking questions. How can the man in charge of WWE be brawling on live television? What kind of example does that set? Number two, and this is where it gets really interesting, Heyman now has leverage. Think about the legal implications.
A corporate executive physically assaulting someone on live television? That's grounds for a lawsuit, suspension, termination. Heyman could use this to negotiate anything he wants. Better contract for Roman Reigns, title opportunities, creative control. He's got Triple H exactly where he wants him. Number 3, the optics. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline can now play the victim card. Look at what the tyrannical COO does when someone speaks the truth. He can't handle criticism, so he resorts to violence. He's trying to keep the tribal chief down because he's threatened by his greatness. It's brilliant. It's exactly the kind of long-term chestnut checker strategy that Paul Heyman is known for. But let's flip the script for a second. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say this wasn't part of Heyman's plan. That means what we witnessed was something even more significant, the complete and total breakdown of Triple H's composure. Because think about who Triple H is now. He's not the guy swinging sledgehammers anymore. He's the suit, the boss, the man who's supposed to lead by example. And if he legitimately lost control to the point where he physically assaulted someone on live television, that shows us a vulnerability we've never seen before. It means Heyman found the one thing that could make the cerebral assassin act on pure emotion instead of strategy. And in the world of WWE, where everyone's always working an angle, where every move is calculated, raw, unfiltered emotion is the most dangerous weapon of all. Now, here's where this gets even more complicated. What does WWE do next? Because this isn't a situation where you can just have a match at the next pay-per-view and call it even. Triple H can't wrestle, he's retired, his career is over, so how do you pay this off? Some people are saying Triple H should be suspended, that there should be consequences. But how do you suspend the guy who's literally in charge of the show? Others are saying Roman Reigns should get involved, that this should build to some kind of confrontation between the tribal chief and the game. But again, Triple H can't wrestle. My theory? This is all building to WrestleMania. And I know what you're thinking, but you just said Triple H can't wrestle. Hear me out. What if this leads to Roman Reigns getting everything he wants handed to him on a silver platter? What if Triple H, because of this assault, is forced to give Roman the main event, the contract, the creative control, everything? And just when Heyman and Roman think they've won, just when they think they've checkmated the game, that's when Triple H reveals his master plan. Maybe he brings in a new challenger for Roman. Maybe he's been building an alliance in secret. Maybe this whole thing was Triple H playing 4D chess, letting Heyman think he won, only to pull the rug out from under them at the biggest show of the year. Because remember, Triple H didn't become one of the greatest of all time by being stupid. He's called the cerebral assassin for a reason. And if there's one thing we know about the game, it's that he always has a plan B. So, here's what I want from you, Wrestle Scope Nation. Drop a comment right now. Was Triple H's attack justified, or did he play right into Paul Heyman's hands? Do you think this was a legitimate loss of control, or is this all part of a bigger game that we're not seeing yet? Are you Team Triple H or Team Heyman? And here's the real question. What should WWE do next? How do you pay off this angle when Triple H can't wrestle? I want to hear your fantasy booking. Give me your most creative, most insane, most epic ideas for where this storyline goes from here. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the storylines WWE doesn't want you to analyze too closely, then smash that like button. It helps the algorithm, it helps the channel, and it lets me know you want more content like this. And if you're not already subscribed to Wrestle Scope, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We're breaking down all the biggest moments in WWE, AEW, and the entire wrestling world. Share this video with your wrestling friends who are still arguing about whether Triple H was right or wrong, because I guarantee this perspective will blow their minds just like it hopefully blew yours. This has been Wrestle Scope, and remember, in the world of professional wrestling, nothing is ever what it seems. Until next time, keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep questioning everything.